everyone, my name is Serene and I'm the Program Coordinator at Elevator. I'm here today to share my knowledge and experience on how to deliver an effective elevator pitch. At Elevator, we work with all age groups to promote entrepreneurship and enterprise education and support. We are Scotland's leading private sector organisation dedicated to supporting the entrepreneurs, inventors, disruptors, game changers and business leaders of today and tomorrow. Part of what we do is to help people with pitching their business ideas, and this is why I'm with you here today, to support Young Enterprise Scotland and you with your company program. Let's get started. So, what is pitching? Pitching, simply put, is about presenting a business idea to another party. We have different types of pitches, as you can see. This includes, but is not limited to, the elevator pitch, pitch for investors, and sales pitch. However, in this tutorial, we will be focusing only on the elevator pitch. So, what is an elevator pitch? The elevator pitch is a brief, concise, and persuasive speech that introduces you and what you do. You may ask, why do I need an elevator pitch? Well, I will have to say that it's mainly because you never know when will you get the opportunity to meet or run into the valuable contact, maybe a potential investor. In this situation, you will ensure you deliver a smooth speech that introduces yourself, what you do, and what you offer. To ensure the effectiveness of your elevator pitch, you need to make sure that it has 5 fundamental pillars. Those 5 pillars are briefness, persuasiveness, recognition of the importance of nonverbal communication, attention grabbing, and memorability. Let's briefly explain each pillar. Briefness. This means that the pitch should be short, between 30 to 60 seconds long. In other words, it should not take longer than an elevator ride, as the name implies. Pillar number 2 is persuasiveness. When delivering your pitch, you need to be influential and impressive, and to spark the interest in your business idea or product, or even in yourself. Pillar number 3 is realizing the importance of nonverbal communication, especially when research suggests that 55% of our communication is nonverbal. This means that it's not only the words that matter, your body language and your tone are as important. Pillar number 4 is attention grabbing. Actually, do you know that you have 8 seconds to capture a listener's attention before their attention span disintegrates? So you need to make sure you capture the listener's attention right from the beginning. Pillar number 5 is memorable. Your speech should be remembered by a listener, and a good tip for that is to tell a good story, which makes your pitch both attention grabbing and memorable. So, before you start preparing for your elevator pitch, you should ask yourself the following questions. What do you want? In other words, what is the purpose of your pitch? It can be looking for investment, or to sell something, or maybe get contact information. Another important question is, who is the target audience? Who will be listening to your pitch? Is it an investor, a potential partner, a potential customer, or is it just a valuable contact? And finally, you should ask, what is it that I need to include in my pitch? This question will take us to the second part of our tutorial, which is the components of an elevator pitch. An effective elevator pitch has 7 components that we are going to discuss in detail. The components are the introduction, the product and/or service, the problem, the solution, the target market, the unique selling point, and finally the call to action. Let's start with the first component, the introduction, which basically includes your name, the company's name, and who is on your team. It should also describe what you do, and always remember not to assume that people know you or know what you do. The second component of an elevator pitch focuses on your product and/or service. It basically provides a clear description of what you are selling. The third component is the target market, which includes 2 parts. Who are you going to target with your product or service, and the size of your potential market. You need to remember not to get into the trap of saying that everyone is your customer. You need to define your exact target customers. The fourth component is the problem. Here you need to identify the problem that your product or service solves for its customers and/or end users. Once you identify the problem, you need to describe the solution you offer. At this point, we have our problem and the solution, but you also need to mention your unique selling point, which discusses what makes your product service stand out among the competition. This can be the lowest price, the highest quality, the first ever, the unique design, or maybe a feature. Lastly, always remember to conclude with a clear, concise, and engaging call to action where you also provide means for further contact. As you can see, I have shared with you a basic elevator pitch template. That includes all the components we mentioned earlier. You start with your name, role, and name of your startup. Then you describe your product and/or service. Remember to mention who does your product or service target. Afterwards, you highlight the problem you are trying to solve and identify the solution you provide. Remember to let people know your unique selling point and conclude with a concise, clear call to action. Now, after discussing the components of an elevator pitch, we need to learn more about the importance of body language when delivering your pitch. Research suggests that 55% of our communication is nonverbal, 38% is tone of voice, and 7% is verbal. Basically, it's not only your words that matter, your body language and your tone are as important. So make sure you always keep in mind the attitude that you are showing. So what is body language? Body language is the prime communication channel of emotion. It is a form of nonverbal communication that includes facial expressions, gestures, posture, and eye contact. There are different types of body language as mentioned earlier, each having different implications. Let's start with posture. What is posture? Posture is the position that holds your body when you are either sitting or standing. So a proper posture can reinforce your pitch. Make sure you stand tall in front of the panel and maintain eye contact with a welcoming smile. The second type of body language is gestures, which is using hands to convey feelings, emotion, or intent. Be careful, as some gestures can be interpreted differently by people from different cultures. The third type of body language is eye contact. Make sure you establish eye contact to make the listener feel involved and important. The fourth type of body language is facial expressions. Make sure you use them to demonstrate passion in your work. We mentioned earlier that nonverbal communication involves the tone of your voice, which is crucial to communication. There are 4 elements of voice that need to be taken into consideration when delivering a speech, which are the pitch, pace, power, and pose. The pitch is how high or low your voice intonation is. Raising or lowering the pitch of your voice helps emphasize different parts of your elevator pitch. For the pace, make sure you vary your pace when speaking, whether by using fast pace at moments to generate excitement or using pauses. This helps keep the audience interested in your speech. The power of your voice is how loud or quiet you speak. Your voice should be loud enough for everyone in the room to be able to hear you. Remember to vary the power of your speech to demonstrate different feelings. Pauses act as punctuation in a presentation. They can be used at the end of some sentence, paragraph, or at transition points. They can also be used long or short. They can create suspense, emphasis, or give some time for the audience to digest the information. We have been talking about what makes an effective pitch throughout this tutorial. And when talking about an effective pitch, we should be highlighting the importance of confidence. Remember that your attitude counts, so present your pitch in a manner that reflects confidence, which is about believing in yourself, your business, and what you offer. Confidence is one of the first steps in relationship building and success. It is also very important to appreciate the importance of practice for a pitch. Practice makes perfect or improves your performance. Test your elevator pitch with different audiences. Try giving an elevator pitch to your classmates, colleagues, or friends and get some constructive feedback on that. Finally, make sure you have a well-structured pitch. where you greet the audience and do the introduction, deliver the main body, and conclude with a concise call to actions. Now I will leave you with a challenge to work on. Can you pitch your idea in 60 seconds? Thank you for listening and hope you found the tutorial helpful. Please get in touch if you have any questions.